Over the last 2 weeks, Instagram has banned millions of accounts on the platform. I myself have had over 600,000 followers banned across a few of my accounts. However, many of my main accounts have actually not been affected by this ban wave and are still alive pushing today. And in this video, what I'm going to be going through is a new updated Instagram strategy in 2025 and also breaking down exactly how you must set up your accounts to ensure that when you put all this work in hitting 100, 200 or 300,000 followers, you don't get banned overnight and lose all your traffic. And for context, I'll share a screenshot somewhere above here in the video of one of the accounts of the creators that we manage, which managed to cross about 200 million views in around a 30-day period, just to kind of show you guys some validity to what I'm actually talking about. Perfect, so let's get into it. So first step, account setup and security. So in this ban wave, what I've noticed from speaking to other people in my network and speaking to other big agencies is that the majority of accounts that got banned were part of farms, so account farms. Like you're talking thousands and thousands of Instagram accounts. Also smaller farms, so let's say you have 10, 20, 30, 40 accounts for your creators. And then also other accounts that have some kind of linkage between them. So my own Instagram accounts that got banned were accounts that we made now about 2 years ago, which had a linkage between either the phone number, the email address, or something when I actually made the account that there was something linked, whether it was on the same device or whatnot. And that's the main kind of thing that we've seen in terms of the ban wave, because we've had accounts that are on the same phone with some not affected and other ones completely banned, appealed. You can't even get it unbanned, or you have to pay for an unbanned guy. About 3 to 5K is what they're quoting us. And these unbanned guys at the moment are making a fucking killing. When it comes to your account setup, if you have accounts now that are linked to the same number, the same email address, you fucked up a bit when you made the account, make sure to make it to a separate Gmail or email or a separate number, and make sure that there's as minimal links between the accounts as possible. Because I looked into some statistics as well when it comes to the amount of accounts banned. Is over 2 million accounts got banned on Instagram. And this was a recent ban wave this week. There was one about 2 weeks ago. This is now maybe one thing that is literally common when it comes to Instagram and when it comes to marketing on Instagram. And this was never a problem before. Whenever your Instagram got banned before, it was very easy to contact an unbanned plug, and it wouldn't be usually what my accounts were for integrity, which requires a rep, which is about a 3K process. 3 to 5K, usually it'll be about $500 to $1,000. But now any account that you get banned is going to be 3 to 5K, and depending on the follower amount. And what this also actually links to is that the way the industry is changing, because back in 2024, in 2023, in 2022, you could easily launch Instagram accounts from fresh, post, go viral in the first week. Same thing with TikTok, same thing with Instagram, even in 2023. Things were a lot easier and the security was a lot lower. It was the same thing that kind of happened to dating apps, where summer 2023 was the absolute boom, and then security got a bit harder. Face bans, face verification came in, and then bang, half the people that were running it got harder, quit, packed their bags and left. When it comes to as an agency and what your focus should be, again boils back down to focusing on building brands and high quality content. There's two different types. So when it comes to scaling and when it comes to ensuring that you get the most traffic for your model, a lot of guys like to fall down the route of making hundreds of accounts or 10, 20, 30, 40 accounts. And I'm speaking from experience because that's exactly what I done at the start of 2024 myself. And it worked amazing for me. We had multiple accounts flying, going viral, account after account after account. And what I at least noticed in terms of myself and what I noticed, what are the best creators doing? It boils down to actually building a brand and focusing on a main Instagram account, a backup Instagram account, and maybe a third backup or just a third account to test another niche or different vertical, but actually focusing on consistent high quality content and putting the quality above mass quantity. Because at the end of the day, if launching 10, 20, 30 Instagram accounts is causing your accounts to get banned, banned, you're not posting high quality content, and you're doing all this work, all this extra headache without focusing on the main root problem or the main root thing that makes money, which is how good is the content? And that is by far the most important thing. And funny enough, the accounts that are actually stuck and are still going viral today are the accounts that are completely organic. We haven't touched them. We haven't fucked around with them. The posters on those accounts are managing still a few accounts on that phone, but the creation was 100% smooth and like a real person. And it all boils down to the accounts that didn't get banned didn't have anything that flagged, made Instagram realize that this might be a bot or suspicious or integrity or whatever. And the people who approached it as real and as authentic as possible, this ban wave hasn't affected them. And as a byproduct, they haven't lost out on tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue. So when it comes to listening to other gurus or other people in this space advice of launching 10, 20, 30, 50 Instagram accounts, you have to break it down and look and see, is that really worth it? Is that going to get me more traffic? Because if you put all that time and focus into what will actually get you more traffic, the chances are you will get more traffic. So going into the kind of approach now. So if you're launching new accounts or on your current accounts, the main thing you need to make sure of is making sure that there's no link between any of the Instagram accounts. So different email address, different phone number, username, and your bio, really making sure that there isn't anything that could link between your Instagram accounts. When it comes to how many accounts per phone, I would aim for 3 accounts max per phone and then just buy more phones. That's not really too big of an issue. When it comes to the launching process of your account, so let's say, for example, we're talking new accounts. So new accounts, what you want to do is 1 action per day. So day 1, create the account, wait 24 hours. Day 2, change the username. Day 3, change the bio. Day 4, add a profile picture. Day 5, start posting on the feed, and then start doing that 1 action per day. So for the first 7 days, you just want to focus on 1 action per day. Once you've done that for the first 7 days, you should have about 3 or 2 or even 4 feed pictures, and then continuously keep posting 1 feed picture a day. So around day 7, you want to start posting a story a day, feed picture a day, and I would wait to post reels yet. Once you now have a clean looking Instagram account, so you have highlights, you want to always add highlights, your bio is done, your username is done, your profile picture is done, you have about 3 to 4 feed posts, then you want to start posting your reels. Now, again, at the start of the Instagram account, the main thing you have to think about is, would a real person do this? So when you're launching accounts and you're stuck at 0 views or whatnot, the chances are a real person isn't doing what you're doing. And you have to break that down and analyze and understand that, is every action that I am taking the exact same that if any new user was to join Instagram, that they would follow? And if you go under that premise and under that scope, the chances are your first few posts will get a few hundred views, and then you'll start to get posts that get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. And on a new account, what you are mainly looking for is your average views to be about 1 to 3K views. If it's more, great. If it's less than 1 to 3K views after a full 7 days of posting, so once you've done your 7 days of warm up, then posting 1 reel per day. If your views are under that, then you either want to look into 2 things. So number 1 is sending traffic to the Instagram account. So there's 3 ways. There's shouting out from your main Instagram accounts, which is what I primarily do with my Instagram network. In terms of Instagram itself, we have over 1 million followers in our network. So it's pretty easy for us to shout out a new Instagram account. Second is Bay page promo. So buying caption promo from Bay pages, which send traffic to your Instagram account. And third way is meta ads. So boosting either your reels or your feed posts through meta ads, which drive traffic to the Instagram account, which boosts your average views up and then allows your videos to push. So that's pretty much it when it comes to launching an account. Now, after 14 days, you will be able to analyze what are your average views and is the account a dead account? What's a dead account? So if you're getting 300, 200, 0, 50, under 100 views, the chances are that you have a dead account. You want to get rid of it and move on to the other accounts. And that's why you don't want to just do, let's say, 1 Instagram. You want to focus on about 2 to 3. But that's as simple as it needs to be. You don't need to overcomplicate it and you don't need to overdo it. Bear in mind, act as much as a human as possible and the chances of success will be higher. Part 2 now, you've got an Instagram account, you've got a warmed up account, and you've got a good account. What is the most important thing? The most important thing, as you should know by now, if you're watching my content for a while, is content. Focusing on content. High quality content that has replay value, and any content that is going to ensure that the user actually rewatches the video. How does it satisfy the customer's need? How do you fit your ideal customer profile, how do you satisfy what they are trying to get from this video? And you really have to break this down, because at the end of the day, who are we trying to target with posting reels? We're trying to target guys who literally scroll after their shift at work all throughout their day on Instagram, girls either dancing, either half naked, either talking to the camera, whichever specific niche or vertical you're going down. But these guys are genuinely dopamine fried addicts to scrolling on Instagram. The issue with that is that when they're scrolling, your content has got to stand out and have some pattern interruption, have something that will actually make them, oh shit, who's this girl? Or oh shit, let me watch this video, I might be rewarded in the end. And a video has three main components. It has a hook, a retention, and a reward. Your hook captures their attention. Your retention of the video keeps them engaged, so keeps them watching to the end and anticipates a reward. And your reward is, what benefit do they get from watching this video? And how are you satisfying their needs by them completing the video and watching it for the whole video? And one thing that a lot of the agencies in the space that have been around now for 2, 3, 4 years will notice that when it comes to the hooks of the videos, back in 2022, back in 2023, especially on TikTok, is you could literally have the most bullshit hook, like undress me in 3, 2, 1, or flash trend, Mr. Bombastic. I remember all these sounds. Like back then, you could have the most basic hook. Literally a girl just holding up a piece of clothing, wipe it down. All these basic trends, they would fucking work brilliantly. The hooks weren't special. A model would only just have to recreate a simple video, but because the audience and the market was so much smaller, the hook was powerful because guys aren't used to seeing it. The retention was there because the market was newer and they weren't used to seeing this content. And then the reward was simple. But over time, all of these hooks have started to get less performing, less viral, and in general, not performing nowhere near as they used to. And what's interesting is that there's agencies that obviously just accepted that and said, oh, Instagram's dead, or TikTok is dead, or just accepted that it's too hard now. But then there's others that have realized, well, the competition is way more fucking big and way more improved. So you just have to keep one-upping and improving your own operations, improving your own hooks. And that's what it boils down to. When a lot of people say, oh, isn't it saturated? Isn't OFM saturated? Isn't too many people joining the space? That doesn't matter if you actually are skilled and know what you're doing. And that's what I want to break it down in this video, is that if you focus on the fundamentals, you always stay ahead of everyone else. And when it comes to your own content and your own videos, your main focus is, would you actually watch this video? What about the hook is making you watch it? Is there a visual hook? Is there pattern interruption? Is there an edit hook? Is there something in the actual hook that is making you watch the video because you know something is going to happen at the end? It's randomly shot up on your screen. For example, like what Jelly Beans does, where she's jumping on a car, and everyone obviously refers to this example, but it's something so crazy you've never seen before that you just have to watch it to see what happens in the end. And your hook is obviously one of the main things that you want to split test a ton with your model's content, and also focus a lot on nailing. That first second of the video is super important. Your attention now. When it comes to retention of the video, what movements are happening to keep you engaged? Easiest example is creators that have bigger boobs. If their boobs are slightly jiggling in the video, it keeps you engaged as a viewer. Your ideal customer is basically hypnotized by boobs, and it's keeping them engaged to watch to the end for whatever reward you have at the end. Then, reward factor of the video. What reward could it be? It can be multiple things. It could even not be a reward, where the subscriber was about to get something that they wanted to see, and then they get frustrated that they didn't get it. Or it could be like a boob drop, a boob bounce, or showing bum, for example. But they're more like kind of sexual things. But when it comes to other kind of rewards in the video, it could be the end of the idea. So if there's a countdown to a specific idea, something with text on the screen, there could be something there for them to be rewarded with. And then also some kind of rewards are just basically rewatch value. So essentially they get to the end of the video and there's a continuous loop that goes back to the start of the video, so that the subscriber or the viewer rewatches the video over and over again to see it back again at the start. Now, all of this is great, and knowing all of this is great. But again, the second most important thing to this is that with all your content, you need to have a clear feedback loop in place. And what do I mean by that? So when it comes to your content, you want to really break down and analyze your content, your own creators' content, your competitors' content, and analyze what can you improve? What is good about this video? What would you rank this video? Why would you watch this video? What about the video is making you watch the video? And then also compare to your competitors. The beauty of OFM is that you can see what your competition are doing on social media. So studying their Instagram accounts, studying how they are doing better than you. What are they doing differently? And by far, the main thing I personally focus on with the guys in my private coaching is on Instagram traffic, and it is on how do you get your model's content to perform better than the competitors in your niche and in your market. Because by far, once you have signed clients and once you are running an agency, the most important thing for your agency's growth is traffic. Everyone knows this. But what is more important than that is exponential growth of your traffic. The beauty of Instagram and mastering Instagram is that the better you get at driving traffic, the higher your daily subscriber count goes. So you can scale a creator from maybe 30, 40 paid subs a day, which is okay, to 200, 300, 350 paid subscribers a day and scale your whole agency up to $300,000 a month. And by far, once you learn the fundamentals and once you learn setting up your agency correctly and working with the right clients, Instagram is what is going to transform your success, change your life and your creator's life forever. And if you want to know more about how specifically I go through Instagram and what kind of details I look into myself, you can check the links below in the video or even just pop me a message on my Instagram. I'll get back to you and we can get on a call and I can kind of break down more how I approach things and how you can start implementing that in your agency yourself. And if you want to know more about my private coaching and about how I've scaled multiple students to 6 figures a month in OFM, you can DM me on Instagram or even just go to my website, fill out the form and we can get on a call and I can break down a few details for you. And a final note to this video is that Instagram is going to be the most key needle mover for your agency, the most key needle mover for success in your agency. So as a founder or an agency owner or the CEO of your agency, your focus should always be mastering Instagram, getting a better understanding. Because at the end of the day, the reality with Instagram is that you can be in tune 1 month and think you know everything 1 month, but if you're not constantly training and improving your eye for content and being good at driving traffic, you will fall off. And it's happened to multiple people that I know, and it will continue to happen because even the best creators, and I've heard this from podcasts even with Marie D, and I think Jelly Beans as well, was that at the end of the day, every day they wake up, they think of new ways to go viral and they think of new ways to try new things. And the same applies to you. You have to constantly improve your craft and improve your skill at content. And over time, you will start to see the improvements. And obviously in this video, I scratched the surface of everything else that goes into going viral and goes into success with Instagram. But again, if you are serious about growth, serious about growing your agency to 6 figures, you can DM me on Instagram and I can help you out there. But I hope you boys did enjoy this video. I hope this helped you when it comes to a new updated strategy for Instagram specifically and how to counteract the ban waves. And I hope everyone here starts to fucking smash it on Instagram and starts going viral every day. Catch you boys in the next video.